Well, I was just quoted $800 for spark plugs on the Rover. So guess what?
It is not going to happen.
It is extremely hot. Not the day to get this done. But welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage. Hope everybody's doing great. Today we're gonna be working on the spark plugs on the Rover V8. Bunch of videos out there, but they were all for the V6. So I'm gonna try my best to show you guys how I go about it. And yeah, so buckle up, guys. Let's go. Alright, so what you would need is, this is my set, but you will need a T30 right here in whatever shape or form. You will need a ratchet or an electric ratchet. This one has the advantage that it extends, so it's a really good one. It allows me to extend and have more leverage when I'm removing the plugs. You're gonna need an extension socket here for number 14 with the flexible top there. You might want to have your magnet ready just in case, so you don't lose any bolt. You need an extension. This is a 6-inch, I think, extension. You can get something, probably a 4 would do as well, but anything longer or anything shorter will be a little bit of a headache. And it will be a combination of that with this spark plug unlocking tool, and you can get it like this or not, but I take this because I have other vehicles and that works as well. You can also use, in replacement of your T30, you can use this 4 here to remove your coil. You will need your grease for your spark plugs. The one I'm using are right here, and they're going to be in the description as well. And you might want to get some gloves. So you can see I disconnected this one here. Okay, so you push the connector tab back, and you're gentle as possible, and then you press back and then pull it backward. What I would recommend we do is we do one at a time. Okay, the one further in is always the hardest one, but from here now you have your Torx here that you have to loosen up. T30 for the win, and I'm gonna use my Torx, and I'm also gonna use my adapter to be able to remove that. You know how it is, there's always a setback. So one thing I'm gonna say right now is, if you don't have all the tools that I'm going to list at the beginning, don't waste your time. Or if you have a lot of time, then go for it, because it's going to drag when it should be a straight shot type of thing. First of all, me not having all my tools, I have a ratchet like this that's electric, right? So, and I have one that has each side. So now I don't. Makes it a little bit tedious to go ahead and ratchet all that stuff out. If you had a smaller ratchet, it would definitely work better. The plugs are kind of bent. I don't know if you can see, and that's kind of how they are. They're meant to be that way. But what I'm going to do to keep everything safe is I'm going to keep whatever plug. I'm going to do one at a time. I replace, I replug, I replace, I replug, I replace, I replug, and that's how I'm going to work my way around. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to check for some additional leaks or anything like that that may need some additional attention from me. So when you remove this cover on the passenger side, this is what you see. You can still unplug this like we did the other side, right? It's pull all the way back, slightly pinch, right, like that. Lifts it up, and then you pull back. Here you have a problem because the wire is running on the top where you have the screw, right? Now you still have the same hard plastic. Just make sure you're very gentle with them, because if you bend them, they break and you have a bigger problem. I use a flathead screwdriver, and I try to be as gentle as possible, but pretty much I'm looking for that white section. So I'm gonna try to put my flathead there, like that, right there, and I'm gonna push it backward gently. Don't push it too hard because you don't want it to crack, but you have to do every single one of those. You're gonna have to open this up. I'm gonna pry this down on every single one of those, so that you can now go ahead and, like I said, press this down, and you can pull the whole wiring deal here. I have one more left on the back here, and there's a last one here on the back. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5. There's a fit one here on the back, all the way back in there, and that would allow you to shift them all like this. So make sure you unplug them all from the spark plug's boot or spark plug's coil, and then you remove this and you got your screws right there. Actually, the screws are better placed here, to be honest. It's just that cover that's on there. So this is the one I got off. Obviously this one doesn't look as bad as some other ones, but this is the new one. Okay, so I can also tell this is kind of old because you can see the yellow discoloration down there. That may also affect it, but without having a record of when it was last done, but knowing that the first and only owner of the car before me was pretty on top of maintenance, I would assume it was done around the 55,000 miles. So it's been a minute, but this is definitely gonna get our stuttering issue going, some of our power issue going, and it's gonna help. Look at this too. As I pull this out, whoever put it back in the cylinder there pushed it bad to where it was lifted up. It was still sealed, but I don't know. I'll try to straighten that out before I put it back in there. But all in all, I think it's pretty much the big difference you will see. And I'm gonna put some anti-seize a little bit, some spark plugs, anti-seize a little bit on there as well, before I put them back, and then I torque them back to the right spec, and we should be good to go. All right, one more thing to point out is you're supposed to remove that rail like we did. You're supposed to disconnect the coil like you did, but you have this additional wire that comes right there that plugs into the block. You're supposed to disconnect that as well. So if you remove both, so you have one on top of each of your coils, you should be able to remove this completely and have free access to your coils. Now me, all I do is I move it forward, move it backward like that. But if you have bigger hands, more muscular hands or whatever, then you might have some issues addressing that, and you may have to go ahead and do a pinch and pull on those wires up top as well to be able to remove the full rail. All right, and so it was. You can consider that paying yourself $200 an hour, tipping yourself an extra $100 for some of the dirt on your hand and on your shirt or whatever, and you learn in the process. You solve a problem and you know it was done right. Number one thing I'm gonna tell you guys is do not do it under the sun. Don't matter, especially if you're in Texas or whatever. If they tell you that it's not gonna be sunny, pull the car back in the garage, which is what I should have done, and then get the job done. Second of all, be patient. Take your time. Take your time. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, you're still saving a chunk of money. Don't matter. Some people will say, oh no, they're charging you $1,000, it's too much. Don't matter. What they charge you is what somebody else is willing to pay for it. So therefore, that is the price. Number 3, make sure you put everything back the exact same way it was. And by that, I mean, on the driver's side, you see this cover right here. Make sure you plug it back where it was. You align the cord and everything, and you are as gentle as possible. If you don't, it might fall in there. It might touch the block. It will get hot. It might burn. So many things can go wrong. Okay, so make sure back together. Number 4, make sure you have all the tools. And I said that before, but make sure you have all the tools that are needed for the job. Again, I'm going to put the list in the description. Make sure you have all the tools. I'm going to put even some tools that I have that I didn't use, but those are substitutes. So depending on what you have, but those are things that you're definitely going to need if you want to get this thing done. Number 5, please make sure you plug your phone. Make sure you plug your phone so you can play some good music for yourself, or you can record without interruption if you are trying to post it online. I hope this was helpful, and just added another star on my YouTube Certified Mechanic Dash. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody be blessed. Peace.